Welcome to this week's Meta Game Minute, your once weekly chaotic amateurs follow-up talk show. Let's take it quickly round the horn. We had a combat episode. For us, it was a long time in the making. I think we waited like 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks.
Yeah, I think it was 3.
To get back into the fray after leaving off cliffhanger of the Chords Coliseum. Dash was having a little trouble making anything connect. I know that we all, you mentioned this in the episode, but we were all having a little trouble getting back into the D&D brain. Wolf had trouble getting back into the same thing. So where are you at with this?
I'm pretty upset. Yeah, that's where I'm going to leave that.
There's few things that feel worse than multiple crit fails in a row.
Luckily, none of it cost me my life or anything or had any real dire consequences. So, that's good.
Just pride.
Touche.
Yeah, my pride's wounded. Thrax's pride is very wounded. A proud barbarian warrior in Coliseum of his god, failing to hit anything once.
Maybe this is Cord's true testing of you to see if you persevere.
How do I bounce back from a true public embarrassment?
Riff, where's Rifirian at with this little battle? Had a little bit of time to shine on the Displacer Beast. The battle kind of surrendered before you could do a number on this wizard over here, which I was really looking forward to.
Yeah, that annoyed me because I had a really fun 3 attack that I wanted to use with my shadow chucks, and I was looking through Xanathar's yesterday because I'm in another game with some folks from the theater or whatever, and basically I made the drunk monk version of Riff so I could kind of like keep up on my play. So I've got a few different things, but in general, like, the monk stuff is the same and all that sort of stuff. So like, I was going through it and I saw this and I texted Alex, I don't know, like 2 days ago, or maybe it was just even yesterday, and was like, hey, does this work for me? So I really wanted, because like the shadow chucks, they do psychic damage and they do 2d8 of it. And so I was hoping to like find that person. Hopefully the psychic damage could like, initially it was like disrupt the connection or whatever, like in my head, to the beast or whatever. And like, it would start like flickering maybe, or at least like, or maybe like a bunch of the mirror images would start flickering and like start kind of like giving us more of an advantage. But well, can't always end a fight with a Shadow Chucks flourish and a Van Damme kick to the face.
There you go.
If only.
If you guys don't mind me stepping in here,
and we do.
Yeah, I was really looking forward to this episode, specifically because, this is Strummer's first conflict. This is Strummer's first rolls ever. So I really wanted to have...
dang good.
Yeah, there was a ton of damage in that first round.
He is built for one thing only, and it is the first round. I did pretty okay the other rounds. It helped that...
I'm pretty sure your guy more than halved it with your 3 attacks, and you did it in 2 rounds.
Yeah, hopefully. That's what he does. He's an ambusher. When I was making him, I was watching The Patriot, and it's that scene where Mel Gibson and his 2 little sons like go after that whole like squadron of dudes, and he just like rips them. Yeah. And I was like, oh man, I want Strummer to be that guy, like the guy that could sit in the trees in the darkness and just like take out a whole like squad of dudes. And so luckily, like with Unearthed Arcana and a bunch of other things, there was some good Ranger subclasses to kind of fill that in. So I literally just built for like that first turn nuke. You get like that early initiative roll, and then you get advantage on things, and then it leads to the sneak attack and all this sort of stuff. The only downside is I forgot to cast Hunter's Mark, which I knew I would forget to do, and I just forgot it. That could have been like an extra, 12 damage total if I rolled max, obviously.
Jeez.
Yeah, so I'm really happy with like this turnout. I kept being like, oh no, there's no way this attack will hit on the Displacer Beast, but against the Displacer Beast, I was getting a +10 to hit. So not a very high chance of missing there. I did get pretty low on HP, which is like kind of one of the shortcomings of the build, is like, a little squishier than normal. And again, like there's nothing else to this build other than like just nuking down with the longbow early on and hoping it's enough. But let's go on to Scory. Where's Scory at with this? You got your owl to do some serious heavy lifting on clearing the illusions and things like that. That was really helpful.
That was great. Cool. That was perfect.
It was Bush Park all over again.
I'm glad that worked out.
That too. It's like, oh, awesome.
I'm glad that worked out because I was feeling as himself pretty useless. Like I have to run everywhere to hit everything. I've got poison spray, which is a 10-foot range, which everything was so far away. I had to do something, so I just figured start trimming down the odds for everyone.
That was great because you took out like the whole like east side of the map pretty much.
Yeah. So that worked out all right. So everyone, I agree with everyone. I'm kind of bummed that we don't get to finish these people off. But I would say
we're all haughty and arrogant after we got our asses kicked.
Hey, look at us! It's fucking 5-on-2, basically.
I think Alex designed something that initially we were like, oh no, it's the birds again. But like I think he went much easier on us.
Well, I would say that just because they surrender doesn't mean we need to accept their surrender.
We definitely accept. I will kill Scory if he doesn't accept.
We'll see. But
these guys were greenskin lizard milkers for sure, but they're.
I've a question for Alex. The ranger archer guy.
Yeah.
Did he take any hits before I hit him with the javelin?
No, he has very low hit points.
Because I hit him. What did I get him? I got him with 9 points.
He's got 19 hit points.
Jeez.
The way those two work and the way they've been working together this whole time is they work in conjunction. They have very specific moves they do, and they do together. Right. His idea is that I don't know why I didn't do it. He should have hidden in one of the illusions, but I forgot to do that.
Man,
yeah.
Well, put an end to his shenanigans, and I'm looking forward to seeing what happens now that we've won the whole tournament thing.
Yeah, it feels really good. Mr. Ball, you were doing some work with Chain there, bringing down I think you were the first one, right, to bring down like the displacement on the beast originally. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong.
No, it was you.
That was you,
yeah.
Well, he immediately got it back though after.
I guess that's true.
So.
Yeah.
Was it me? Oh.
No. I mean, I knew I did it.
I'm just kidding.
I'm not that humble. I'm just saying that I was disappointed because I hit him and I was like, oh, this will be easy. And then he gets it back immediately following my turn. So, But anyway, you were doing some heavy lifting there with the Firefly and all that. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had a ton of shit to do. That first round, I was counting it up and there was 6 different things total that I did.
Yes.
Movements and attacks and like free actions to like release my Faithfly. So that was one of those things the whole time you guys are going through your stuff. I was thinking, okay, what are all the things that I can do? And once Scory popped off with the owl, I was like, okay, I don't have to worry about trying to get rid of all of these things. We can just focus fire on this one displacer beast and get it all the way down. So that was awesome. That's another thing that I'm trying to do with Ball, being a battlesmith. I want him to be a tactician on the field, and I want him to kind of direct people and give orders. It's kind of awkward for me as a player, but it's something I think that he's going to try to do more often.
Yeah,
he's going to try to encourage you all to kind of communicate and let him know what you're doing too. That's something I'd like to see him do in the future.
I dig that.
Besides that, I took down the displacer beast, so I'm pretty stoked about that.
Yeah,
nice
I was
job.
really jealous of that because
I have to, burn a spell slot to bring him back, but it's all good.
Yeah, because after you, it's my turn. So on one hand, I was really relieved because I think you knocked him out with like 6 damage or something like that, right? So
no, I did a bunch of damage.
Oh, so you did 10, and then
I think I did like
Chain
26 damage.
Okay, so you did quite a bit more than I thought. Never mind. So I was like really hoping that I could take out the displacer beast, but when you did it, I was like, okay, like that's even better because then we could like move on to the next things like even faster. So no, that was really cool. Does level 4 play into your like turn economy at all? Like, does that? Because this is all of our like first battle, right? Is like level 4.
Basically,
are we level 4?
You leveled up in the middle of a battle last time.
So I'm just curious, like how, if that played into like the awesome economy of turn usage that you had, or if it's
I have to be really careful about the bonus actions that I use, and not to use bonus actions because then Chain doesn't get an action. He can only move on his own. I can't have him attack, and having that force damage attack is pretty nice. Basically, it's a second attack that I get by allowing bonus action. So there's definitely a lot of thinking about mechanics when I'm while I'm waiting for all of you guys to go. I'm just thinking about the economy of actions that I can use.
Cool.
Which I enjoy. I think it's fun.
Yeah, I agree. I had to like take notes and stuff on my moves this game, which I never do. But is there anything that Alex wants to share with us before we sign off? Is there anything that you were hoping would happen that maybe didn't?
I thought this was going to be, a great time for Wolf to really become like the highlight of Chord's Coliseum. But the dice gods didn't want that to happen. They want the story to go a different direction, which I thought is very interesting. I'm excited to see where that's going to go.
Yeah, Chord was giving you some humbleness.
Humble pie, certainly.
Yeah.
Humble pie. Yeah.
Well, in that case, guys, we're going to go ahead and sign off of this week's episode of the Metagame Minute. We're going to get back to it. We'll see you on Monday to figure out the aftermath of Chord's Coliseum. Until then, grab your sword and keep on adventuring.